Looking for stories that are fresh and new? Dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, cyberpunk, alternate history, and more. They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology from 24 award-winning authors and illustrators, plus art and writing tips and bonus stories. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Buy your copy at galaxypress.com, Amazon, or wherever books are sold.
Looking for something new in dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, alternative history? They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology. Get the 10-volume box set with 159 stories and full-color illustrations plus 34 articles with writings and art tips. Get the UPRN discount, $125 for the entire box set. That's a $60 savings for that beautiful box set. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Go to uprntalkradio.com, click on the link, and place your order.
Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to my show, Into the Night with Sean Kelly. This is my Sunday edition. We'll be on for an hour. My show is on UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 New Orleans, 107.7 Mississippi. And Cindy Simpson, hello, good to see you. John, good to see you in here. Johnny Freeman, awesome job on your podcast there, Johnny. And before I go on, my friend Johnny and my friend Johnny Freeman and Virginia Langston and a couple others, they have a podcast. What they do is Seeing Through the Veil, and it's an awesome show. They do readings and stuff like that. So I want to give a shout out to Johnny Freeman and Virginia Langston. So, you're welcome, Johnny. Good job, brother. Good job on that. So, how's everybody this week? Okay, it's been a very stressful last 3 days for me, and as you can see on the bottom, going across the scroll line is the mystical creatures of Christmas. Okay, well, I really hardly did any research, and I'm thinking, well, because I was just too damn busy to do some research. So, today, like at work, I'm thinking, well, what in the hell can I talk about? What can I talk about on my show for this hour? Hi, Amanda. Good to see you. Hey, good to see you, Brandon. Hello. So I'm thinking, like, what can I talk about? And the name hit me really fast, really hard. Hi, Virginia. Good to see you. There's Johnny Freeman's partner there on Seeing Through the Veil. Very, very, very good psychics. I'm telling you, man, they do very good readings. So if you can, after my show or during the show, go on Facebook and just type in Seeing Through the Veil and, like them, like their page, God, I mean, they're good people. Everybody a part of that Seeing Through the Veil are good. They're good people. Very good, very friendly, very nice. But like today at work, like I was saying, like, what the hell can I talk about tonight? And hey, Sebastian, good to see you, pal. Good evening to you too. And I'm thinking, like, what the hell can I talk about tonight? I have nothing. And the name just came right out. It was Krampus. Okay, Krampus. I'm thinking, oh hell, this would be easy to look up. I got maybe about an hour and a half research. You're welcome, Virginia. You're welcome, Johnny. And so, I'm sitting down, having dinner with my mom, and I told her, I said, you know what, Mom, I think I am going to do a show on Krampus tonight. And my mom loves reading the newspaper, okay? And she says, hold on, I got something to show you here. On the back page of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette today, Sunday's paper, There's a big article on St. Nicholas and a little smidgen about Krampus. Okay, and I read it, and then before I got on my show, I started to look, and it's Krampus is a creepy person, man. But what I want to do is talk about Saint Nicholas and who he was, and then jump into Krampus and what they were. Um, so bear with me. I will be honest with you. I am going to read from the Post Gazette here. If anybody in Pittsburgh, or if you want to go online and you want to look up this article, it is on page D6 on the Sunday newspaper of the Pittsburgh Post Gazette. Okay. All right. So bear with me while I do some reading here. Oh, way centuries. Yeah, it's crazy. But as I go on, I saw some stuff where they wanted to ban it, because what it does to the mind of children. But on a crisp December 6th, 116 years ago, Johnny should know about this. 200 or 300 miners choose to forego a day's wages at the Dar mine here in Westmoreland County to attend a divine liturgy in honor of the feast of St. Nicholas. Immigrants from all across Europe whose devotion to a saint known for caring for the poor were spared certain death that day, when 239 of their fellow miners perished in an explosion while they were in church. The explosion killed everyone in the mine. Craziness, huh? Craziness. And see, to me, I guess you had to be a solid Christian or a solid Catholic to go to church to celebrate him. And no, everything happens for a reason. There's no such thing as coincidences, I believe. But isn't that crazy? They went, I think, I do believe St. Nicholas Day is December 6th. Okay. And wow, it just like kind of blew me mind. I saw this huge article in the newspaper and I'm thinking, yeah, that's cool. And it was just like light bulbs this when I was like, okay, for some reason, Krampus came up in my head. And then all of a sudden it said, then my mom showed me the picture or the article of St. Nicholas. So, but it's just amazing, especially at the Dar mine. And I'll be honest with you. I investigated there twice. Oh, you're welcome, Brandon or Amanda. Yes, the German Xmas double, Christmas double. Yes, ma'am. Yes, he was. So, and the Dar mine is really haunted. Hey, Tony, good to see you. Tony's going to be my guest Tuesday night. Good. Can't wait to hear your story, buddy. But the Dar mine is very haunted. There's a lot of lost souls. There's a lot of souls that are still there, and it's like really creepy. Yeah, I know it's you, Amanda. That's why I said hello, Amanda. But I'm really looking forward to Anthony's show for Anthony coming on as a guest. And Dar mine was like, I read up on the explosion and stuff like that, and it was pretty devastating there. But the guys who did not want to go to church, work and forego a day's wages to go to church to celebrate St. Nicholas, okay, God bless them. Sorry for the people that they work for, but you know what? They were like, we're going to church. And that kind of like blew my mind. Okay. The little history, and according to the paper here, St. Nicholas was born in 270 AD to wealthy parents who died when he was very young. Nicholas used his inheritance to attend to the needy, the sick, and the suffering. Explained by David Zubik, Bishop of the Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh, he devoted his life to serving God. As the story goes, Nicholas helped a poor father and his three daughters who did not have enough money for their marriage dowries. Um, so, I mean, why answer me this question if anybody has the answer for me? Why did women need a dowry in order to get married? I don't understand that situation. I don't know if anybody watched the movie The Quiet Man with John Wayne. He went over to Ireland. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Al. I wish I could pronounce your name there, but I'll try to do it before the shows. But you know what? Think about it, right? The, they fought over a dowry. Like the woman had to pay John Wayne in order to get married, Maureen O'Hara. And if you want to watch a good movie, honest to Pete, I'm telling you right now, watch The Quiet Man. It's great all year round. You don't have to watch it on St. Patrick's Day, but you seriously need to check it out. But I still don't know. It's just amazing that women had to pay men in order to get married. Isn't that crazy? God, oh my God, it's crazy. Think about it. Can you imagine doing that today in this world? Right? Seriously, can you imagine a woman paying a man to get married? That is crazy. John says, women didn't work, so they were a financial burden father wanted to get rid of. Oh, I see. Thank you for that, John. But yeah, so St. Nicholas helped this poor farmer out with his three daughters. Um, if they did not pay their dowries, then they would have been sold into slavery. When Nicholas heard of their plight, he came by their home late one night and threw bags of gold coins into their window to help the daughters. The gold landed in their shoes, drying by the fireplace, leading to the tradition of children leaving shoes out for St. Nicholas to fill. Isn't that cool? Isn't that sweet? Oh my God. Maybe I'm going to do that myself here. I'm going to throw some. Cindy Simpson goes, no way I'm paying for marriage. Happy times have changed. That's true, Cindy. Oh my God, that's so true. But no, I think, hey, you know what? Everybody, put your shoes out, by the door tonight. Well, no, got to be December 6th because that's St. Nicholas Day. And see if you get some gold coins in your shoes. John says, when I leave shoes out, mice nest in them. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, something about that, John. It was like in the summertime when I left my shoes out on the porch. No lie, man. I had like a couple spiders in my shoe. It was really, really creepy, man. Totally. Oh, that freaked me out, man. So from that time on, I never put my shoes on the porch. But somehow I got to find a place to where the door is, so I can put my shoes and hopefully some gold can come in there. That would be sweet, huh? Let's see what else we got here. I got a couple other things. Okay, now everybody thinks that Saint Nicholas is Santa Claus. He's not. Okay, but Saint Nicholas is not Santa Claus in modern culture. Saint Nicholas and Santa Claus are often intertwined and treated as the same person. But it's important to understand that they are very different figures whose history is a bit of ancient religious drama. For the longest time, St. Nicholas Day was the major holiday, especially in German-speaking countries, to give children presents. Christmas at that time would only be celebrated in church, he said. It wasn't until the Reformation and Martin Luther, not Martin Luther King, but Martin Luther, that Christmas began to acquire the gifting element. Luther, who as a Protestant was not a huge fan of the Catholic Church's reverence for saints, tried to diminish or undermine the popularity of St. Nicholas Day by introducing the Kris Kringle. Isn't this crazy? Christ child who would bring the presents on Christmas Day. So the Protestants created this, a big name. I'm not going to even spell. They called him the Christmas man. They used the imagery of St. Nicholas, a man in a reddish brown winter coat, except the coat is redder, furrier, and turns into something that looks closer to what you find on a Coca-Cola truck or in the 20th century. Some people still give children gifts on St. Nicholas Day, Mr. Brand said, but Luther was successful. The main family holiday in Germany that revolves around gift giving is now Christmas. Isn't that crazy how one person had to go out and like kind of change the whole situations, throw a monkey wrench in the way things were? It's crazy. It's ridiculous, right? But, I guess things happen for a reason because, I mean, over what is it, Austria, right? St. Nicholas, they celebrate. That's their Christmas, December 6th. And I just, all the bullshit that goes on out in the world today was back in them days, too, a long time ago. Are people so hard up just to be, just to throw shit in the fan and just screw everybody's way of life? I agree. They do, back then and then now. Um, but I personally, I never did celebrate St. Nicholas Day. I'm Irish, and there's a lot of good, uh, like Christmas mythical creatures, like in Ireland. But you know what? No, no. It's just the whole world back then till now is all screwed up. And you know what? There's nothing we can do about it. Nothing. So if you celebrate St. Nicholas Day, great, man. Go for it. If that's what you're used to, then do it. Just do it. And if get your presents on Christmas Day, that's even better. Now, see what was crazy about it when I read that. I always thought it was about the Catholic Church, the Christians that wanted to, you know, make Christmas Day, the day of giving presents and stuff like that. But when I read this, I'm like, what the hell? I said, okay. So December 25th, Christmas Day, people receive gifts. Now, my question to you, everybody out there, um, do you like receiving gifts or do you like to give gifts? I will tell you mine. I'd rather give a gift to a person who really needs something. As of me not receiving a gift, that's okay. You know, think about it. For me, this is all about me, nobody else. But when I see a person smile, when I see a person, you know, get that oil change or that new tire on their car that I can be able to help them with, and they're smiling and they're thankful, to me, that's what Christmas is all about. It really is, to see other people happy. Now, a lot of the psychologists will tell me, well, you have a lot of depression and you got to, you don't want nothing happy for yourself. You don't want nothing good for yourself. And I'm like, I don't care, because it's who I am. It's who I am, and I'm okay with that. You know, when I give my son his presents, he don't even like to receive presents, and he's like 33 years old now. But he don't like getting them, but I do give it to him. just little things. And, Virginia enjoys giving. That's cool. I'm glad to hear that. Present, I mean, it's just, I don't know. But to make other people happy, to make other people smile, that's the Christmas for me. When I see people who are happy and not expecting, a present all the time that they see them. If I got to bake them some cookies, I'll bake them some cookies, whatever it does. Johnny Freeman says, I give every day. Doesn't have to be December 25th. John Ventry says, I don't do gifts. I send kids a check and don't care if I get a present. There you go. Now, let me ask you this, everybody. Is it our age now? Is it our age that we don't care if we get something or not? I believe it is. You know, I believe it's the age. Like, okay, I got everything. I really don't need anything. All I want from you guys is just to be happy. you know, just to be happy. That's the biggest Christmas thing for me. But I do want to tell you a quick true story about Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. John Venture says, all I need is a hard date. I'll pay it down. That's funny, John. I have one person in mind that, that might take you up on that. Virginia says it's about kids and the less fortunate. Yes, it is. But you have to be careful with the less fortunate people too. You give them something, do they pawn it to buy them drugs or whatever? I don't know. You can take them out to dinner, you can buy them a dinner, you can buy them food, you know what I mean? But, just got to be a little bit careful. But even the children, I mean, what do? Does everybody remember opening up the Sears catalog? Your parents would give you, say, what do you want for Christmas? I remember that. And we would circle what we wanted, but we didn't know if we were going to get it or not, you know? Cindy Simpson says, I gave the gift of a reading from Virginia and Johnny and Missy to my daughter, Tiffany, for Christmas this year. Sweet, Cindy. That's great. That's great. I'm glad. God bless you, Cindy. I have good friends. I really, really do. Hey, Amanda, good to see you. Amanda says, what I want is my family to talk to me is what I want for Christmas. I hope it happens, Amanda. I really do. What I would like I really do. I'll pray for you, Amanda. Amanda, and yeah, because we got two Amandas in here, but the one is under Brandon. But for me, for Christmas, I just want to see everybody who listens to my show to be happy. That's my Christmas present to you guys. That, and every now and then, if you want to throw a little extra prayer, for me, that would be pretty cool. I'd be okay with that. Because I'm honest with you, I always pray for everybody in here and I always keep them in my mind. And I'm sure, honestly, that to tell you that I do think about you guys all the time who come into the show, into the chat room. I do think about you. But my schedule is so crazy right now due to the holidays and being in the meat department. It's just, I just don't have time. Cindy Simpson says, you have good friends, Sean, because you are such a loving person. Praying for Amanda. God, man, thank you for the kind words, Cindy. Thank you. That was sweet. I just got goosebumps on that one. But it is coming up on 8:30, and you know what that means. We're going to take a little 2-minute break here, or a minute and 30 break, so people can go get something to drink, and some people can go and do whatever they need to do. Hint, hint, hint. But we're going to go to the break, and I will be right back in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Okay, where are we at with them? There it
Looking
is.
for something new in dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, alternative history? They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology. Get the 10-volume box set with 159 stories and full color illustrations plus 34 articles with writings and art tips. Get the UPRN discount, $125 for the entire box set. That's a $60 savings for that beautiful box set. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Go to uprntalkradio.com, click on the link, and place your order.
Oh, hold on.
Looking for stories that are fresh and new? Dark fantasy, humor, space exploration, time travel, cyberpunk, alternate history, and more. They're in the L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future anthology from 24 award-winning authors and illustrators, plus art and writing tips and bonus stories. L. Ron Hubbard Presents Writers of the Future. Buy your copy at galaxypress.com, Amazon, or wherever books are sold.
Hey, welcome back. I hope everybody had to do what they had to do. I hope everybody got something to drink and all that good stuff. What for that little minute and a half. I didn't say it, but great minds think alike, Virginia. That's funny. That's funny. I'll let if Virginia wants to, I'll let her tell the story. But I just little recap. We were talking about St. Nicholas and St. Nicholas Day and Christmas. I also want to tell you that, throw in that I am on UPRN Talk Radio, 105.3 New Orleans and 107.7 Mississippi. This is my Tuesday night show. I'm sorry, Sunday night from 8 to 9. And on Tuesday night, I'm from 8 to 9. So my 2-hour show that I used to have on Tuesdays, we broke it up for an hour Sunday and an hour on Tuesday, and it's really, really working. But back to St. Nicholas, pretty interesting man. But here's the good part. Okay, we're going to talk about Krampus now. Okay, and it's really interesting what I picked up. I did as much as I can, okay, but I am going to definitely do my cards getting close to the end of the show. But I forgot to throw in there that St. Nicholas, all right, is the patron saint of sailors, merchants, archers, thieves, children, brewers, pawnbrokers, and students. I thought, and it just, and when I meant sailors, because someone told me that St. Nicholas was like the patron saint of pirates. And so as I looked that up, he is. But Krampus, okay, Krampus, he assists St. Nicholas on the night of December 6th. Okay. And St. Nick goes to the children who are good, and he gives them oranges, he gives them chocolates, he gives them walnuts, he gives them candies. Okay. Now, the bad kids, that's where Krampus comes in. Okay. And what Krampus does to the bad kids is that he takes a birch rod and he spanks their butt, okay, or their shoulders, whatever. Okay. Krampus is considered, in some myths or folklores, whatever you want to call it, is the evil twin brother of Saint Nicholas. You know, um, so and Krampus itself, on the other hand, Krampus is actually, he has his own day, which is December 5th. I really tried to deep into some research about that, but I really did not. Um, coming I did not really pick up a lot because I was kind of pushing to get some good content here for you guys. Krampus comes from the Bavarian meaning dead, rotten, or in German, meaning claw. Okay. They look like half goats and half demons. Okay. And there's a lot of places up in the Netherlands, up in Austria, not Australia, Austria, over there in Europe, where today they do celebrate St. Krampus days. All right. Where, oh, John has a big thing. Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on a second. I like John because he's very smart. John says the Icelandic answer to Santa is sure to put a chill in people's bones. Gryla, I read about her, but like I said, I had a rough day, last 3 days, so I really didn't get enough. But Gryla, also referred to as the Christmas Witch, has a colorful and gory history. Krampus' sour seasonal antics may have gotten their own movie, but something Gryla would do equally well as a horror villain. She's been known about since roughly the 13th century, when tales of her exploits spread via word of mouth. The name Gryla translates as growler, making her even scarier. Smithsonian quotes of a historic passage. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. And yes, I saw all these names, by the way, and I'm very grateful, dude. I'm really grateful that you're looking at. John comes back and said, then there's the Yule Lads. This bizarre band of brothers existed in their own right to begin with. Gradually, however, they were incorporated into Gryla's legend to form a clan of child catchers and festive buzz killers. Gunnell thinks of them as looking like the aged Hells Angels without bikes. That's true. Oh, wow. Thank you, John, very much for that. Like I said, and I do apologize that I just couldn't come up and do a little bit more research on them. But elves, I hear elves are mystical creatures. Mrs. Santa Claus is a mystical creature. It just goes on. I really wish, I could have put a little bit more effort into the research for tonight. But you know what? It's just the start of December, so maybe down the road I'll just continue. What I'd like to do is get the author of this article in the Post Gazette today, and see if you'd like to come on to the show. Now, in 1932, I mean, this Krampus situation was pretty crazy over there, right? In Bavaria. In 1932, there was an election in Austria. The Krampus tradition was prohibited by the Dollfuss regime. Engelbert Dollfuss was an Austrian Fatherland Front politician who served as the Chancellor of Austria between 1932-34. He's the one that kind of like stopped the tradition of Krampus, which I think was. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you, Amanda. Johnny, what did you do in Monroeville today, buddy? Oh, you Santa Claus in? But again, like we talked about earlier, how that Martin Luther decided to throw a monkey wrench into the Christmas bit. You got some dude, some politician, Engelbert Doofus, um, wanted to take away the Krampus tradition. And oh, you was there? Okay, cool. Um, in 1950, the Austrian government distributed pamphlets titled "Krampus is an Evil Man. Krampus might damage the minds of children." And Krampus carries chains to symbolize the binding of the devil by the Christian church. Isn't that freaking crazy? And to to be bound by the devil, and all it is folklore. It's stories. These are all stories that come down from generation to generation to generation. You know, when I was growing up, I never heard of Krampus. In fact, the only time I really actually heard of Krampus was like 5, 6 years ago when I actually started doing this show. You know, um, so and all in all about the whole Krampus situation. Okay. Oh, Eastern European. Okay. John puts up Eastern Europe's Krampus goat demon would eat bad children. Fra Percha would slice bad children open and replace their organs with stone. Is that freaking crazy, John? Oh my God. Listen to this, everybody. East Europe's Krampus goat demon would eat bad children. Fra Percha would slice bad children open and replace their organs with stones. People were sick and crazy. And this is what was brought to home. Whew. Craziness, man, just crazy. But all in all, okay, if you're a good person, you know, it you're going to get a gift. You're going to get something. I don't think you're going to get smacked on the ass with a freaking birch rod. Okay. Um, Black Peter, John says Black Peter would go with Saint Nick and carry naughty children away. He was black from chimney suit, but Saint Nick wasn't. Ah, that's what I'm saying. Virginia says they had a funny way to get the kids to behave. Yeah, that's a really creepy way. Cindy Simpson says, I thought the Krampus movie was scary. I never saw it. I just watch what I see on YouTube about them Krampus looking dudes that go through the street and make asses out of themselves. They're some pretty creepy, some pretty creepy YouTubes. And John Ventry says ghost stories at Christmas were once popular. And I'm sure they're still popular, you know. Um, Trust me, I have a lot of ghost stories around Christmas. But before I close, I just want to tell you that this is the month of December, okay? And I'm going to throw in a lot of Christmas stuff. This coming up on the 5th, I'm going to have Tony Sabelis. The little dude, my friend that comes in here all the time from the Texas Wraith Hunters. Johnny Freeman says, I try to bring the magic into Christmas. Yeah, yeah. And John says, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer encounters a Yeti that wants to eat him. But Johnny, you want to try to bring the magic into Christmas? You know, great. That's awesome to do that. You know, I guess if you're just like, oh, you got some good ones. 100 kids, holy crap, that's a lot. Um, my mom isn't a werewolf there, John. He isn't. She isn't. But Christmas is coming up. This is the month of December, and we are definitely going to talk about some more Christmas stuff, some Christmas lores. I know I did a show last Christmas on the meanings of behind the Christmas carols that we hear today. There's some pretty interesting ones. So just sit back, relax. I hope you got all your Christmas shopping done, everybody. and start baking cookies, breads, whatever you're going to do. And December 6th, put your shoes out. Okay, put your shoes out December 6th, and hopefully you'll get some gold in your shoes. But so this was an interesting show tonight. Um, like I said, it was, I don't want to say it was a miracle. It was like the gods shining upon me saying, okay, here's this article about St. Nicholas. Okay. But so I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Now it's that time to draw my cards. Okay. Please, everybody, please. If you want to write down these animal cards. I know, and check them out. 3 cards that I pull. The first card I pull is the past. Um, the second card I pull is what's happening to you, why this animal is with you. You have a lot of shoes, Cindy. Put them all out. All right, Johnny Freeman, take care. Have a good one. Good job on your interview. That was very good. I was impressed. You did great. Okay, so here comes the cards. Thank you, Al. I'm going to call you Al, okay, if you're okay with that. Al says, thank you so much for your service of love. That really touches my heart. Thank you very much on that, Al. So the first card I pull is your past card, and that's the frog. Okay, this is a frog. I'll write that down too because I never had that card before. That's your past card. The card that you're getting right now for what's happening you with right now is the whale. And the whale's interesting. Something to do with being the librarian of everything. I don't know. And then the future is the bat. Okay. So those are the 3 cards that I drew for you. And what you do, if you wrote them down, you just go and Google them and just go see, what they kind of mean, Thank you for letting me call you Al. I appreciate that. If there's anybody out there listening right now who wants to be a guest on my show, feel free to, oh my gosh, Al's a librarian by education. That was pretty cool. But if there's anybody out there that wants to be on my show, please send me a message and tell me, and we can talk about what you want to talk about. You don't have to be shy. I got good people in this room here, and I got a lot of listeners all over the place. Yeah, I know. Cindy Simpson says all the different cards this show. Yeah, seriously, never had them before. I don't know. I just got chills about it. So, wow, it was just a great show tonight. I know what sometimes it just, sometimes I'm a very procrastinator. Okay. And sometimes I don't do what I'm supposed to do for the show. And I truly, I apologize for that. But so when they put me on new medication, I found out the other day that I have the disease. It's called Graves, Graves, Graves disease. Thank you, Sean, for another great show. Have a good night. You too. See you later, Virginia. Take care. Good people. Good people. But don't forget, seeing through the veil. I'm telling you, they're good. Yeah, I got Graves' disease. And what it does, it has something to do with the thyroid. And it makes me feel kind of drowned. That makes me get tired all the time. So it's something thanks, Hal. Appreciate it. But I hope everybody enjoyed the show. I got about 5-6 more minutes. Is there anybody out there that would like to talk about anything right now? Gary says, "Hello, Sean, my friend. Going to sleep, loaded on turkey. Just had family Thanksgiving." Oh wow, did you? I know what you mean, my friend. I know what you mean, Gary. I didn't eat too much turkey because I see it all the time. Van Gare? Oh wow. Thank you, Sean. Excellent show tonight. Thank you, Van Gare. Thank you, Al. Christopher James. Hey, Sean, I would love to know what three animal cards are meant for me. Okay, I'm going to draw them right now for you. These are for Chris. Thank you, Cindy. I appreciate it. All right, Christopher, I'm going to draw these for Christopher James. These are for Christopher James. So I'm going to call him. Okay. Oh, Al, the future one was the pat. Yeah, the bat, BAT bat. That was your future. Um, okay, these are for Christopher. All right, Christopher, write these down, buddy. Okay, you got the first one. Your past was a horse. Yeah, that's right, Al, the bat. Your second card, which is in now, is the squirrel, and the one in your future is the raccoon. Those are for you, Chris. Um, I hope they have some meaning towards you. Cool. That's great. So, what's coming up starting this Tuesday coming up, I'm going to have my friend Tony Sabalis from the Rafe Hunters Paranormal Group from Texas. He just got back from Louisiana down there in New Orleans, and he's going to talk about his investigations that he had down there. Um, Next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, but the 12th, I'm going to have my friend back on, Philip Siracusa. Now, I know we started late and he was talking about how haunted his house was and stuff like that. Well, he just told me today that, he talked about the ghost, the thing he, you know, brought up from the Ouija board by the ghost by the name of Sarah, but he just told me that he's going to share his, you know, how Sarah came to be. Um, and hopefully we won't have no problems when Phil comes back on. I will have a show Christmas Eve night. Okay, I definitely will have a show Christmas Eve night because, for the people out there that don't have no family, we can have a little hour celebration, 1 hour celebration here. Or maybe I can get, some more people from the network to come and be on the show to spread Christmas cheer, you know. Um, People who, if you see a person who's really hurting, who's really depressed, and then go and sit with them, go talk with them, um, buy them a cup of coffee and just let them talk. And if they don't want to talk, just be there for them because people are going to need people during this December time. Um, so it's kind of crazy, right? So you're going through the holidays, November and December. And then you get to the dull months, January and February, where you really don't want to go out because there's a lot of snow, a lot of rain, a lot of bad weather. You know what I mean? So, this is a time when people need each other. Okay. And I really, really hope people will stick together um, and help people out. And remember, children, please go to your go to your parents and give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Okay? And parents, definitely please go to your children, give them a hug and tell them that you love them. Okay? Because we need those three words, I love you, because those I love you go a long, long way. They really do. I know when people are sincere and they tell me that I love you, it really makes me feel good inside. It really does. And if you don't have no parents or if you don't have no children, grab a good friend. Grab a friend, okay? And like Cindy says a Christmas Eve show will be great. Yes, it will. Yes, it will be great. You know, yes, it will. Because you know why? Because I'll be spending it with my friends here, you know, and, just, people who don't have no family or children, just go find somebody, give them a hug, and be nice and tell them that you love them. Okay. Life isn't bad. Okay. Life isn't bad. But what we're living in today in this world, we have no choice but to do whatever whatever is thrown in our faces. And I tell you what, people, Americans, and people all over the countries like Russia, Australia, Ireland, England, Wales, Germany, all over, we're strong people. So we're not gonna freaking let all this crap that's happening affect us. I see how strong we are. Cindy Simpson says, I tell my parents and my children daily that I love them. That is sweet. That's sweet. I tell my son every time I send him a text message. Real quick about that story. I remember one time I was talking, he was in high school, like 16 years old, and we were talking on the phone, and I hung up on him. Well, we said goodbye, and I hung up on him. Not 30 seconds later, he gave me a call. And he said, Dad, I said, what? He said, you forgot to tell me that you love me. He said that, quote unquote. You forgot to tell me that you love me at 16 years old. So it was precious. It really, really was precious. But on that note, I want to wish everybody a happy night. I'm glad people stepped in and catch the show. People worldwide, whoever's listening to my show, I truly appreciate you coming in and listen. Remember, I got Tony Sabelos Tuesday night, 8:10 to 9:10, or I don't know yet. It's gonna be between 8 and 8:10, but it's only an hour show, and I'm really looking forward to hearing about his experiences down in New Orleans. I want to thank Carnation for sponsoring the show into the night. Thank you, Carnation, for sponsoring us. And on that note, good night, everybody. Sweet dreams, happy hunting, and all that good stuff. Have a good night. See you next week. Okay. Somebody moved my outro. Okay. I don't know what happened to it. They must have took it out, but that's okay. Yeah, they took it out. All righty, everybody. Good night. Have a good night, and I will talk to you Tuesday.